This student has significant discrepancy between ability and achievement. They also show visual and auditory processing deficits. You'll also see delayed visual motor development. The student also shows signs of immature speech, low risk-taking behavior, poor inhibitory control, inattentive behaviors, language impairment, erratic performance, atypical gait, tactile defensiveness, and the list goes on. So I will put in the description what I used for sign, and I did that so you can hear the audio at the same time, and so it's the difference between what is being shown and what people are reading on a piece of paper, and then how they view that person based on those words that were written in chapter 3 of Rethinking Disability. So it's just seeing things from a negative lens, or a medical view lens, or an old medical view lens, of how disability was seen, was thought of, and how to approach it. One thing I really liked about the videos that we were watching, I'll say about one video, and then I'll talk about the other video. One video was the community video, number one. There's a movie called The Karate Kid. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's an older movie, probably like 30 years old now, 40 years, where a student is learning martial arts from an older gentleman that lives within the same place as the kid who just moved there. And so the kid doesn't know that. The kid wants to learn martial arts, and the guy's like, all right, I'll teach you. His name's Mr. Miyagi, the teacher, and he says, you want to learn? Okay, paint this fence. And all day he's just painting the fence, going up and down, painting the fence. And then the next day he comes back, goes, okay, you painted the fence. He goes, all right, now wash the cars. Wax on, wax off. If you've ever heard that phrase, it comes from that movie, wax on, wax off. And so after, I think a week, 2 weeks, something like that, of the student being like, okay, when am I going to learn martial arts? He gets frustrated, and he's like, you're not teaching me. And so finally, the teacher goes, why don't you paint the fence? And then he starts attacking him, and he picks up his hand and puts his hand down as if he's painting a fence. It's learning like a high block and a low block. High, low. And then, okay, now he says, wash the car. Wax on, wax off. And so he attacks him from the side, and then he waxes on and he waxes off. The reason why I say this is in that teaching, they were learning things that they didn't know they were learning by doing something. So in education, we can do that as well. But in the video, this is why I wanted to bring this up. The video where they were reaching out to their community, part of what they were also doing, and it could have been indirect, it could have been direct, but some things were how to interact with the community, building their social skills, how to speak to a diverse group of people, boundary setting, like how to approach someone, when not to approach someone. Although the real, I think, the real reason they were doing it was so that the community and the school could have a stronger bond, where the school wanted to show that the school was producing a high quality learning environment. And before, there was a time before where the school wasn't doing that, and so this was their way of reaching out to the community, going, you don't have to leave to get a good education. You can be here. But at the same time, that kind of Miyagi approach method was the students were also learning how to interact, boundary settings, how to listen, how to construct questions, how to ask questions, the different how to not even just read off a piece of paper, but use their own words. So like a kind of presentation, public speaking, and that's what I really loved about it. I like when something is happening that you didn't quite intend, or you did intend, but is kind of being disguised or hidden in a bigger way. Just like Mr. Miyagi, that's why I shared that example. The other video, culturally sustaining pedagogy, it connects to me to the chapter that the thing that I spoke about previously that you heard as an audio recording. It's very interesting that we label people, or there was a time when disability was labeled as all those negatives, right? Has a deficit in this, has a disability in that, is not achieving this. And then to say that we're educators, and when you come to us, you're going to learn. The video was saying that the student, shouldn't have to adapt to us. And I really love that, because we are a place that says we can educate you, but the kind of parentheses in that is we're going to see you in a negative light, and you have to adapt to our way, our environment, for you to learn. It's kind of, when you say it that way, or when you think about it that way, how much sense does it actually make, and how successful can a student actually be with that kind of lens, seeing them as a negative, and then also forcing them to adapt to us when we should see them in a positive light, or just even a more realistic light, not even an altered light like that, and saying that we can adapt to them to give them the tools to succeed, versus like, you need to have this tool to succeed here, and this is the tool we have. It's very not malleable, not agile from our point of view. And overall, my last kind of observations were these were things that were kind of in the back of my mind, or like when you think something's wrong but you don't know what it was. This was definitely putting the finger on the pulse for me, and now I'm understanding like where I saw. I'm like, that doesn't seem right, and now I'm understanding the why. And understanding the why is a great place to start, right? In the first, the 12-step program, first is acceptance and acknowledgement, acknowledging that there's a problem and then accepting it. And I couldn't give it a name prior to this. There were little things I could do. I could say that was wrong, but I couldn't understand why. And going into my teaching experience, these are things I'll have constantly as a reminder while I'm teaching. And I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will put the translation of what I did in sign in the comment section, if I can find the comment section. If not, I actually can also say it right here. So I said, my name is Gaetano. I like to go shopping with my mom. I like to look at new things. Also, I go and I study karate, and I've been studying karate for 20 years, and I'm a black belt. So if someone were to see that person and then hear those words, you would not see a match, and that's what I was trying to get across with that. Hope you all enjoyed, and look forward to seeing your videos and your comments, and have a great day. That's the peace sign.